Good morning. Hello, hello. Oh, I fell asleep a little bit. How's it going, y'all? Hope you guys are having a good day. Let's get TikTok to join us. There we go. All right, here we go. It's time to go to Victory Road. We have done an excellent job so far. And it's time to get a move on. It's time to skedaddle. How's it going, Fingers? It's good to see ya. We love to see your typical first comment in here. Diego, thank you so much for clocking in for your shift. Hello, hello. Alright, yeah, we're in the level 40s. We're still not evolving Nidorina because I don't want to. Hello, Kyoya! How's it going? Let's see. But we're in the 40s. I think Victory Road should get us all up to 50, I think. I would presume that would be the case, which will be pretty cool. Will be pretty nice. But let's get over there. Let's go see what's... Because I haven't really gone over here much at all. Hi, Alex! Wow, you're here early today. How are you doing? Am I committed to getting Nidorina to the Hall of Fame without evolving? I'm not gonna commit to anything. However, if I keep getting pushed to evolve it, then that's probably what's gonna end up happening. Alex, thank you so much for the heart me and the Go Popular. How is everybody doing today? How is everyone? Hi, Kevin! What's going on, Oh! Oh, okay, so we have this to do. Pitman, how's it going? How are things? Is this Pictionary? No, obviously this is Scattergories. Come on, Cal. What are you doing? Okay, well, he's got a whole team now. Oh, and they're higher leveled than me. I don't have... Oh, I do have an Ice-type move on Blastoise now. But I missed. Sure. Cal, thank you so much for the heart me. Come on, Blizzard. Blizzard, please. I really want Blizzard to land. I think that would be really funny. Thank you. Okay. I guess not funny's the wrong word, but I want it. Wow, you have a lot of health. Why has he got so much health? Why does he have so many health? At least I'm faster, which is crazy that that Blastoise is faster than a Pidgeot. Hello, Slavish Bear. How are you doing? Cool glasses. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Training your team for the 8th gym in Heart Gold. Now, what is the 8th gym in Gen 2? I don't remember off the top of my head. Which one is that? About to use Venusaur. Yeah, we'll swap. We don't need to do that. Oh my gosh, yeah, you are on the shiny Ponyta down there. That's fun. If you see me commenting about how you can evolve Nidorina into Nidoqueen, know that I'm only doing it because Hall of Fame Nidorina out of spite sounds very funny. Diego, I'm not gonna take anything you say too close, too deeply, because I know you're here. I know you're here with us. But did I get an invite to buy Phantasmal Flames booster bundles from the Pokemon Center? No? What? Did people get invited to do that? Also, holy, level 53. It's Claire. I always think she's gonna be in the Elite Four, and she's not, because I mix her up with Lance pretty frequently, because you know they have similar vibes. Okay, let's see. Oops, hang on, sorry. Here we go. Let's see. I am driving somewhere. I am driving somewhere far-ish tonight. So I'm trying to figure out my arrangement real quick. Oh, I didn't switch out, but whatever. Rhyhorn? Okay, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, I'm sure. The real Pokemon champion, thank you. Replace Graveler on your team with Donphan. That's pretty... Psychic knocked out the whole Rhyhorn without any type effectiveness or nothing? Oh, Kadabra. Oh, Kadabra. My friend that you are. I can't believe it. How do you get one of the Pokemon running around? You have to follow. Followers get a Pokemon at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, let's swap. Oh man, does Jolteon have something for you? Does Jolteon have something for you? Let's see. And then you can do... Here, hang on. Here's the... This is the command that, like, explains a little bit of how it works. Oh my gosh, sorry, my, like, cord is going across my keyboard. Yeah, and so you can, like, check which ones are available in there, and so if you type avatar and type the Pokemon name without the brackets, then you should be able to switch to whatever Pokemon is available. I'm pretty sure Garchomp is available. I've seen that down there. Growlithe? Oh, that's kind of random. Growlithe. Simply because I want Fearow to get the experience points, I think I'm gonna switch it in because I think it'll be fine. Replay, thank you so much for the heart me. I really appreciate it. But it's a good time to get some experience in if it's just gonna be a Growlithe. Like, it's not so bad. And then I can hit it with a second Drill Peck. I wonder if I'm still faster after the agility, or no. No, I'm not. But it's okay. Flame Wheel, I should be fine. I don't see why that should be too bad. Okay, there we go. There we go. Very nice, very nice. We're leveling up a ton just in this battle alone. Alakazam, yeah, let's see. Who do we want to put in for Alakazam? Well, you got Bite on it, or we'll stay. We'll see. I haven't really thought about have I seen Shiny Butterfree? Yeah, Shiny Butterfree is beautiful. I don't have anything for Psychic, do I? Nothing like specifically. I have a couple with Bite. Take the brackets out and then you have it. That's exactly it. But just take the brackets away. Oh, I have Pursuit. I have a Dark type move. We'll probably be okay. Never mind. We won't be okay. We will not be okay with Fearow. Let's go Jolteon. Go Jolteon real quick. What's up, Jaime? How you doing? Oh, I got hit with Future Sight. Perf. Love that. I'm fine. I'm well. Not the spoons. I know. Two spoons? That's too many spoons. We're gonna do another bite, and we got that flinch, and that was amazing. Eric, how are you doing today? There you are. There you go. Wish this game had online trading. I also wish that it had online training. That was so much experience. Wow. Oh, and that was it. Okay. Miserable still working, or at least supposed to be. That's sort of how it goes, isn't it? That's just sort of how it goes. Loosen me up. I'm ready for the Pokemon League. You need more practice. I just crushed you. I just ate you the hell up. And you're saying I need practice? I'm gonna go heal. But, like, we only lost one Pokemon on the whole team. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Not a fan of his phrasing either. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know a darn thing. Blue is wild for saying he loosened him up. I named my rival Chat. Are you about to beat the game? Probably not like immediately so. We still have to go through the entire Victory Road. Did I ever do this? I don't know if I did. But I still have to go through all of Victory Road, and then I still have to fight through the Elite Four and the Champions and everything. So probably not immediately. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. No, thank you. Might be able to get through the Elite Four and Champions with your team in the mid-50s. Well, we're probably going to train a little bit. We're in the mid-40s right now. Well, that's not stopping us. Oh, show off your team. Sorry, let me freeze on there for a second. Victory Road, yes indeed. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm doing like the puzzles and like the little like, I don't know, like all the caves and everything. You could call that like a classical video game dungeon, I guess, in a way. And as a kid, I found them so incredibly difficult. But as an adult, they're still a little tricky, but they're not as, like, insurmountable as they were when I was a kid. And I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that it's still a little bit of a challenge. Like, it's not like... It's not like you going back to a childhood game being like, oh, this is easy now. It's just kind of like, okay, no, this is kind of nice. Went back to the Sevi Islands to level up Pokemon. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a couple battles in there that I've missed out on. Ripple chat telling you to improve is representative of all those comments about evolving Nidorina. Yeah, no, so people keep bugging me about evolving Nidorina, and it's making me want to do it less and less, Eric, so that's where we're at. That's where we are. I'm kind of refusing to evolve it, and if I keep getting people asking me about it, I will maybe try to just go through the entire... I might try to get it on the podium, you know what I'm saying? But so, that's sort of the vibe that we're experiencing right now. Ah yes, you have to use Surf. Is there any Pokemon in here that I might like to have? Oh, I didn't mean to get out. Just de-evolve it to Nidoran at this point. Honestly, people are bugging me enough. Because everybody's like, it's not optimized, it's not optimized. I don't care, it doesn't have to be. This game's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's just a game. It's just a game. Actually, let's bite that. Let's bite that. There we go, because we have a super effective move. Your team: Charizard, Primeape, Scizor, Starmie, Jolteon, and Kangaskhan. Pretty cool. Pretty cool team. We both have a Jolteon. Ooh, speaking of Jolteon, I need to take this off of you. And I'm gonna give it to Fearow because I'm thinking in the cave we're not gonna be using Fearow. Oops. What did I select? Give you something. But I'm thinking that in the caves... See, I got 3 Moonstones. 3 Moonstones. Not using them. Not using them yet. But I think that we're probably not going to use Fearow a ton in there, so let's give it a little something. You know what I mean? Learned recently the Fearow is pretty cool. I'm choosing Fearow because it's the less popular option. Most of my team is nostalgia picks and or sub-optimized on purpose. Watching Vampire Diaries the other day and now I'm hooked. I heard that that's a very dramatic show that people get hooked on pretty easy. I haven't tried to start it because I don't need to be hooked on a show right now. Classic games for the win. Heck yeah, I like your username, Paper Mario. That's one of my top 3 games of all time. Love Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door specifically, although the other ones are also delightful. Thousand Year Door is the one that I played the most of. Hey, you can use your Moonstone to evolve your Nidorina. Oh my god, you're so right, Alex! Oh my gosh, you're so right. The switch up of like typical members of the community. Oh, a level 2 Mankey. Now what are you doing here? But the switch up of people who are typically hanging out in the streams with me and everything being laughed at joyously for suggesting I evolved Nidorina to like other people who I haven't seen in chat much before. Oh, yep. Oh, yes. I forgot that they like stop you at every stage. Okay. There's a lot of pomp and circumstance to this though. Lot of pomp and circumstance to this, though. Here we go. We got the fun little music and everything. Always had a starter in Pidgeot, though. How's the game music for y'all? For me, it got real quiet. What about y'all? I'm gonna put it up just a little tiny bit. Is that okay? Is that fine? Is that chillin'? Is it okay if I put it up a little bit more? What's up, Symbiote? I feel like it's quiet, but also I don't. I've had just like a bunch of random experiences where people come in and be like, "Oh, the music is too loud," and I'm like, "It hasn't changed from the last stream that you were also in," and I don't understand. It's still good. It's still good. Okay. I just wanted to hear it a little better. I'm just looking for items and things. Just looking for items and things. Audio's fine. Also, what? Huh? Oh yeah, no, I don't know. Sometimes people will be like, oh, it's really quiet today. I'm like, hey, it hasn't changed. I don't know what's going on. Oh. Oh, I have it. Okay. I don't know what I, like, thought he was saying that, like, startled me. Who's in the water here? Oh, it's another Slowpoke. Is it just Slowpokes in the water? What's up, Amazing Fox? Music isn't a cappella enough. Ah, oh, you're so right. You're so right. Gore, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have been singing it. Oh my goodness. Gentech Agency, thank you so much for all of the random... you sent so many individual things. My goodness. Wow, I appreciate it. Thank you. What's on here? There's nothing here. Wow, I appreciate it. Oh, so many things. How are you doing? It's a marsh badge. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Let's keep it up. Keep it rolling. What was the marsh badge the last? No, it's not the last one we got. There's still far more to come. Who else? Who's in this grass? Thank you. Fair enough. Right, we're now working. All right, a level 34 Spearow. Now, isn't that fancy? So many little dings. My goodness. Let's just water pulse it. I hope your workday is nice and pleasant and easy. Hope they play Hot to Go. This is a Finn the Doodler Pokemon stream, LeafGreen stream. Catch a 7th shiny Eevee, but it's another male. Do you have enough for all of the shiny evolutions already? No, you don't. How many evolutions are there? Wait, I'm insane. I'm sorry. Just meet the game and DIY your own sounds. But like every time a move goes surf, and I'm like, making wind noises for like wing. What is the move called? You know the move I'm talking about, right? Wing attack. It's just wing attack. That's all it is. Oh my gosh, I was like gonna throw up. Can't remember what you did. What you can counter in the badge gate water area. Apparently slowpokes. Well, apparently slowpokes for sure. Come on, Blizzard. Blizzard's accuracy is probably gonna become a problem, isn't it? Please. Please! Well, you're gonna miss also. Run a company on TikTok is in North Carolina, manage creators and provide them with tools and opportunities. Oh, neat! Been so busy. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. Level 42 Fearow? That should do something. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good experience. Not mad about it. Okay. I have the volcano badge. I have the volcano badge. Let me through. Let me in. Any items over here? I don't see any. In this rock? Yeah, it's a thing in the rock, of course. Favorite Pokemon and starter. Okay. My favorite Pokemon is Wooper and Quagsire. My favorite starter is a difficult question because I have... There was an item in there. Hang on, guys. There was an item in there. But my favorite starter, I really like the Squirtle line, but as far as like just starter, Totodile might be my favorite. So it's a little bit of a toss-up. Working on getting your team to levels 39 and 42 and almost halfway down. Nice! Boo, Trevor, boo! No, you're good. You're chilling. Oh, an Onyx. How do you see the hidden items? Oh, it's a difference in the pixels. Oh, and we don't have it caught an Onyx yet either. If I water pulse it, is it gonna like pass away immediately? Using Totodile for my first Heart Gold run. Nice. It did pass away, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll see another Onyx. I'm sure we'll see another Onyx. Hang on, I'll go back and show you the pixels. Cave Guard embarrassed when they thought Finn didn't have the... Okay, so see how the grass pixels typically are? See how they're like that? And they're just like these little sproutlings? Sometimes when there's a hidden item, it'll have that little zigzag pixel pattern there, and it's usually like a berry or something. It's a lot clearer to see when you go into the berry forest in the Sevi Islands, but yeah, you can see hidden items like that on the ground. Okay, so where are we off to? This one looks like a strength that's gonna go the other way. Yeah, the little like dark green zigzag sort of detail. But you'll see that in quite a few places in Leaf Green, Fire Red. I don't remember if it's also in the Gen 3 games. It probably is. Hello Ryan, how are you doing? So that's not something I can do anything about. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this for right now. Oh, what's that? I don't remember here. Inteleon gonna be up there for me. His Gigantamax Max is a huge sniper nest, which is so cool. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm not huge on Inteleon. It's a little too humanoid for me, but I'm very glad it exists so that you can enjoy it. I'm glad that you can have it. There's different Pokemon for different folks. They changed Victory Road at all? I mean, besides the big thing that got moved? I don't know. It's been a really long time since I played any of these. Oh, I recall. Okay. I'm supposed to push this down here. I'm supposed to push this so that I have a... Oh? So that I press the button, right? That's the move. Nidorina's doing the dang thing. Can I, like, fly to the entrance of Victory Road now that I've been here? Or do I have to, like, make it all the way through? Cause I might need to heal. My goodness. With all the PowerPoints I'm using. Nidorina truly the strongest soldier. And say more about that. Say that a little louder. Yeah, cause we're gonna run out of stuff. We're gonna run out of stuff pretty soon, because Bite's not gonna work on this Machop. Look at that. Disappointing. Using Nidoking solely for Surf's Rock Smash at Strength and Cut. Oh man. I gave it all of the HMs. I kind of split them up between my team. The only one that I didn't really keep is Flash. I put that on a random Voltorb I caught in the grass. Let's see. What's the best way to do this? We can just go up to... Go around... Ah! Goblin, thank you so much for clocking in for your shift. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, let's try catching this Onyx now. We can use Bite. We can bite this Onyx. Oh. We may not be able to bite it a second time. Hang on, hang on. How are we gonna do this? I already bought some advertising space on my local news program to let everyone know that Nidorina has their back. Perfect. Perfect, okay. Let's see. Who's gonna not destroy this thing immediately? You have Cut. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. And hopefully you're not gonna get absolutely rocked by anything. Okay, alright. I mean, Sandstorm's not gonna be great, but... Okay, so we're gonna go Sleep Powder. And we're gonna use Cut. And I think that'll be good. Victory Bell is my catch Pokemon. Okay. Doing their best Uncle Joey from Full House impression. I never watched Full House, so I don't know your reference. I'm sorry. Oh, this is gonna be a minute. Oh, this is gonna be a minute. Oh, Lord. I just want to catch an Onyx, because I don't have one yet. We haven't really been working on the Pokedex, but we're not doing, like, bad. So, kinda wanna get it going there, but, the Sleep Powder's doing the Lord's work, though. He says cut it out a lot. Got it. Okay. Oh! Oh, Victory Bell! That was an insane thing to do just now. That was an insane critical hit to just do right now after. Okay, alright. Okay. Now put it back to sleep. Put it back to sleep. Victory bell! Victory bell, please! Okay, use sandstorm again. Just whittling this poor victory bell away. Please. I'm gonna bite you. What's up, Saint? How are you doing? I just want to go to sleep. Go to sleep. Thank you. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get a Pokeball in the mix. We have Ultra Balls now. I think we're gonna throw one. Doing pretty all right. I'm feeling a little mid today, but we're working through it. No, we're not gonna fight again. Pokeball, Ultra Ball. Look how many of those we have. We could probably go catch Articuno now. There we go. Oh my gosh, now we can destroy any Onix that we see coming our way. Now we don't have to worry about it. Master Ball Onix, yeah, absolutely. Oh, that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work. Okay. And strength still going strong. Does that do it? Is that good? Yeah, there's my wall. My wall gone there. How's our team looking? Are y'all doing okay? Y'all good in here? Yeah? Okay. All right. Recharge your DS and play Omega Ruby? Heck yeah, that'll be fun. Hello. Wonder if you're good enough for me. Oh! See, I do love the games. Did I Master Ball Onix? Did I actually Master Ball Onix? I thought you guys were just joking around. Wait a minute. I didn't? I just saw Master Ball twice, and I said, wait. Wait a minute. Now I have to go check. Hi, Jelton. I Ultra Balled. That's what I thought I did. That's what I thought I did. We'll check my items. We'll check my items really quick. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, you guys freaked me out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Panicked me for a moment. Which, like, to be fair, I'm the person who kind of just waits to use the Master Ball for nothing and then just throws regular Pokeballs at everything and never uses it, so I'll probably use it on Legendary Dog or whatever, though, eventually, because those are a lot of work. Those are a lot of work to hunt down. I'm not trying to suffer catching those. Hi, Morale. How's it going? Okay. Vulpix. Cool. Love that you have fire types. That's really nice for me. That's a really good time. I'll use Water Pulse again. Cool. A crit. What else you got? Oh, that wasn't very much experience points. Use my Master Ball immediately. Gave me a Master Ball. I see a Ribombee. I no longer have a Master Ball. Well, there, and you have a Ribombee now? I presume? Surf. Alright. We'll slay. That works. I missed. It's crazy. Okay, well, that was nice. That was cool. Appreciate you having me. I don't know what the reason for me pushing this is. I don't know what the reason for me pushing that is. Is it just, will it stay there? Why do I have Surf and Water Pulse so I don't run out of power points for attacks? Because there's too many. Because there's only 15 power points on Surf, and if I only had Surf, then I would run out of moves very swiftly. Oh, hey! Okay, I think I need to go back the other way then. I think I need to go back the other way, because I see a ladder here, and that seems like the up direction. Eradicate. Get you a bite. Get you a bite. And a flinch. Perfect. Surf. And that should do it? Probably, I'm gonna assume? Yeah, okay. Okay, Fearo's level 45. We'd love to see it. Ivysaur, we'll switch out. We'll switch out. Give somebody else a turn. You're a little lower leveled. Okie dokie. Get him with Psybeam real quick. How many badges do you have? All of them. This is Victory Road. We're on our way to the Elite Four. Excuse me one second. Excuse me. War Turtle, we'll stick with it. We're chilling. Alright, sounds good. We'll see you later. Let's hit that with a Psybeam as well. And then a second one. Oh! We're okay. Okay, critical hit. Could have been a critical hit on the first one, but that's fine. That's okay, it's whatever. About to use Charmeleon. Do I want to swap? No, I'm fine. No, it's fine. We'll do this too. We'll go Psychic. And... oh, that's rude. That's annoying. It's fine. We'll be fine. Maybe I'll hit it with a quick recover. Yeah, I figured you were gonna do that. I figured you'd do something like that. Me too. Me too. I can do that also. Don't even sweat. All right. Well, I guess we'll go for that again. Although we're slower now, which is a bit of a bummer. Oh my goodness! I didn't think Flamethrower was gonna do that much. But we should. Oh, good job, Kadabra! Oh my goodness, you did it! Charizard, we'll swap for Charizard. We'll put Stoice back in for that. That'll be easier. Buen dia. People talking crazy on the internet. Hope you have a good day. Oh, thank you, Rocco. Appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day too. Surf it up. I cannot believe that I am faster than this Charizard. I can't believe how fast this Blastoise is compared to a lot of Pokemon I would think would be faster. Bitman, thank you so much for clocking in for your shift. Nice. Oh, I had a friend named Rolando. Well, this guy's not my friend, though. Okay, there's stuff over here. Oh, yes, there's a Pokeball. Kadabra's the most psychic Pokemon ever, and they deserve a trophy. Absolutely. Oh, a Machoke! I don't have one of those yet. And I don't want to evolve the one I have, or the Machop I have, because I'm lazy. Uh-oh. Well, that's gonna add a new dimension to this, this fight. Okay, well, it worked. Oh, critical hit. Let's do another Water Pulse. See what happens. Blastoise Speed IVs are doing work. I guess so. I guess so. Don't hit yourself in confusion, please. Uh-oh. Well, that was mean. That was very mean. Use next Pokemon. I'm like, no! Okay, we'll put Kadabra in. And then we'll throw a Pokeball. I truly could have gone for Victory Bell and put it to sleep, but I didn't even consider that. I didn't even consider it as an option. And like, who would have considered that? Because we caught Machoke anyway, so like, what kind of insane person would even consider putting that Machoke to sleep? Not me! Not me! I never would consider something so silly as that. Never would have considered. Alright, let's put my poor boy Stoice back in. Oh no. Because I don't think we can fly back here. I wish I could sort the bag a little better. Is there not like a sort by newest or anything like that? It seems like something they would do for you. I'm just gonna plop some super potions on a couple Pokemon. Because I think they need that. Only thing I consider is trusting the streamer's judgment. There you go. There you go. Nice. Okay. 44th, same as your level. That's pretty cool. Poor Victory Bell. Get you a couple points back. That's enough. That's enough. That's pretty good. Let's go get whatever's in this Pokeball down here. Watch it. I see the dilemma. What are these items? Now I'm gonna look it up because what do I want more? What do I want more? Let's see. Victory Road items. Show me, please. I want to see what it is. What is this? What is this? We've got TM for Dragon Claw or a rare candy. Ooh. TM for Dragon Claw or a rare candy. Do we have anything that can learn Dragon Claw? Because Dragon Claw could actually be pretty clutch. Because we don't have a ton of things to deal with I think we'll go with that. I think we'll go with the Dragon Claw TM. Who can learn Dragon Claw? Let's go find out. If nobody can, that's gonna be so sad. That's gonna be such a bummer. TM2, Dragon Claw. Nobody is able. That's so sad. Can Nidoqueen learn? Can Nidoqueen learn Dragon Claw? No. No, they cannot. Which seems like they should. Seems like it should be able to. That looks like it is kind of a dragon, kind of has claws. We also can't learn Earthquake, can't we? Evolve Kadabra. Tell me how. Tell me how. How am I gonna do that? I don't have somebody to trade with yet. Oh, Blastoise is able to learn Earthquake. Well, that's a bummer. Hi, Pickle! Nidorina supports democratic governments, so she will never evolve into Nidoqueen. Oh, you're right. Just make him do it. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, yeah. I'll just do that. I'll just do that. You're so right. You're so right. You're so smart. Oh my gosh, hi, K-Dot! It has been a while. I'm doing okay. How are you? Okay, let's see. How are we gonna do against the dragon types that Lance has? Like, what's gonna be our goal there? New favorite streamer? Well, thank you, Cam the Jeweler. Appreciate that. Can I shorten it to Cam? Is it like Cam the Jeweler? Not Camda? Which I was previously saying. I'm just gonna use Bite, I think. I think that'll do it. I think that'll be fine. Send this guy away. Send this guy out of here. I don't want to see him anymore. Okay, what are we looking at? Okay, we love a button. Button to put that wall down, I would say. Okay. This way. Camda for sure. Okay, gotcha. Camda. Could get enough game coins to get Ice Beam. Oh, that would be good. You're right, you're right. That would be a nice one. Who can learn Ice Beam that I want to learn Ice Beam? I may take it instead of Blizzard, honestly, because I don't know if Blizzard's accuracy is gonna be very helpful for me, you know? You know what I mean? But we have to get through Victory Road so that we can fly back, because I don't wanna deal with this again. I should also see if I have any rare candies and see about using those. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, hi, sir. Hello. Final test for trainers. Yeah, absolutely. I get it. I had 7. Ooh, sick. That'll be nice. Maybe we'll use those right when we get to the end of Victory Road, so that it's faster for us to train in here right now. I think that'll be nice. Blastoise for Ice Beam. Who else could? I don't know. They could surprise me. There's been plenty of moves that I've been like, oh, you can learn this, and then they do. I.e. Oh, that's so rude. Oh, that's so rude. Alright, okay. Okay, and now nobody's gonna get the experience. Wait, no, I got an experience share on. It means Firo gets that. Okay, at least somebody does. Let's actually go Firo. Let's actually go Firo. Everyone gets one piece of candy. Diego giving out candy over here. I know what you meant, but it's still funny. It's still funny. Yeah, but I got, like, mega kick on Jigglypuff, so, like, through God, all things are possible. That was all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, we'll stick with Firo in here. See Finn to redeem while supplies last. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! There we go. Pretty good. And then we can give the rare candy, not the rare candy, we can give the experience share to someone else. Sphere's looking okay right this second. We're sharing, we're sharing. Okay. Let's take that away. Let's give it to Victory Bill. And I think instead of rezzing my boy Blastoise right now, I think I'm just gonna switch him. We're gonna have somebody else lead out for a little bit. We'll take your item though. Gambit Julie, thank you so much for the 10 bits. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. There's our candy budget, guys. There's our candy budget. Okay, here we go. Kadabra can use Ice Beam if I'm remembering Pokemon Stadium correctly. And that'd be pretty cool. I would not mind Kadabra having that. Okay, lots of items. Lots of items I see. I want this Pokeball first. We're at the stage where I'm considering using a repel. I'm thinking about it because we have seen, I think, all of the Pokemon that are available in Victory Road in the cave, and so I don't think I need to catch anything. And the experience is minimal at the moment. We can always go back. Sandstorm. Okay. It's not gonna be something I use, but that's okay. That's fine. You know what? I stand corrected. You wouldn't know what I stand corrected. We found a friend. Oh no. I can't hit you with any of these or else this is gonna go badly. Let's go. Oh, I don't even know. Let's go Victory Bell. We'll put it to sleep. We'll put it to sleep. I would love to catch this Primeape though. Would be obsessed with that. Okay, Sleep Powder. Okay. Oh, it has a Vital Spirit. Cool. So I can't put it to sleep. At least it's not that effective. Let's get a Giga Drain in here. Let's take some of that back. Okay, okay. I don't think I can use Giga Drain again though, safely. While still being in here. Y'all are having a good convo about candy. Root Stripe gum. Oh my gosh. I used to chew gum so much as a kid, and I don't chew gum at all anymore. Oh, you're telling me. And for all that for what? All that for what? All right, well, I guess we gotta keep running around. And now I have to go fight this person up here. Road. Okay, let's go Psychic. Let's go Psychic. Easy. Amazing. I got... when I was a kid, I went trick-or-treating one year, and I got, like, Pokemon gum. Did you guys ever see that? It was like... you know how it's like you got a bubblegum card thing, and it's like, there's gum, and then there's like a little, like... It had, like, Magneton on it or something. I remember I got that one year when I was pretty small. I was pretty little. That was the same night I got my first Wailmer card, because it was we were trick-or-treating downtown in my hometown, and we went to the card shop, and that's where they were giving that out. And I found I saw a Whalmer card, and I did not have a Whalmer, and I was really excited about it, so I bought a Whalmer card. See if you can get some of this gum on eBay and try it on stream. No, I would hate this. What camera am I using? It's not very good. It's Depstech, D-E-P-S-T-E-C-H. It's a Logitech camera. It's one of the cheapest ones that I found online. It's not a very good camera. It's working okay, but we'll swap for that. Let's get Jolteon. Sure, let's get you in there. Let's see. I was gonna look something up. Oh, I wanted to look up the gum. Okay. Pokemon gum cards from the old times. Yeah, Pokegum. Pokegum. Oh, I'm not seeing the ones that I had as a kid. These do not look familiar at all. These don't look familiar even a little bit. I don't even know what we're talking about. Stucky pecan logs? What the heck is that? Pecan? What is this? What is this? I'm not seeing anything that looks like what I had. I have no idea what I had now. I don't know what any of this is. Maybe it was bootleg also. It's entirely possible that it wasn't like an official Pokemon product. I don't know, I was a kid and I chewed the gum and then the gum was gone and then I threw away the wrapper because I didn't keep the wrappers. Lighting is better. Oh, I've got a big light here and I've got a ring light over here. So the lighting works pretty well. Backseat gaming is when people want to come into stream and tell you how to play the game. So it's just like, do this, why aren't you doing this? That's backseat gaming. It's similar to the concept of backseat driving, where you're just like, why didn't you get into this lane? Blah, 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 blah. Go faster, go slower, that kind of thing. Maybe need to buy an external camera. External cameras are helpful. They're helpful, but if you have better lighting, your laptop camera might be able to do the same thing. Okay, honestly, raisins in the context specifically of trail mix, good stuff. I love it. I love when it gets sort of like the salt from like the peanuts and the cashews all over it, and then it's just it's nice. Heard there's some pro gaming going on. Only now that you're here, Zitrone. Now we're gonna win. Now we're getting the real stuff going. Bought your Switch too? Oh, sweet. Oh my goodness, congratulations. Definitely buying LeafGreen. It is the most affordable game available here, honestly. I'm excited to see if you play some other games. Also thinking of buying a ring light. It's good to have two lighting sources so that you don't get any like too harsh of shadows, but it can be a little overstimulating. Just so you know. Okay, I guess I can beat it in one shot. It'll be fine. What's up, Christian? Or yeah, I think Christian. This is a safe space to say I thought craisins were crazy raisins until I was working at Target stocking them on the shelf and read that they were cranberries. No, I can see how you would have thought that. I do love craisins though. Oh, yogurt covered raisins? Those are actually so fire. Is that a shopkeeper? Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. Meetings are done and handled. Oh, heck yeah. It's so funny though that you didn't even realize that craisins were like their own thing. You want to sit in on a meeting? I used to find when I was working corporately that like meetings were actually kind of nice because it was like a full chunk of your time accounted for that you don't really have to do a whole lot. Like I was taking notes, listening, whatever. But a lot of times the meetings that I was in, nobody was really expecting me to say a whole lot about them. Sometimes I'm getting invited to meetings that are like, actually, I shouldn't be there. I'm like, I don't know why you needed me here in the first place. But, oh, that's so annoying. It's fine though. But I actually thought it was kind of a nice break because I wasn't like expected to do anything, so I was just get to sit there for a little bit. Data stored in the crates. Perfect. Perfect. Finished Pokemon Green and did live when I was playing it too, and I'm playing Harvest Moon. Oh, nice! Pokemon LeafGreen or Pokemon Green, as in like the Japanese game. So that's kind of cool. That's pretty sweet. Hi, Golduck. I'm gonna hit recover real quick. I'm gonna hit one of these. Okay. There it goes. LeafGreen. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Very impressive if you are bilingual and playing the Japanese game, though. I would have been sick. My brother is wanting to do that. He's wanting to like see how well he remembers the like everything, and like seeing like move animations so that he can be like, oh, okay, so this is growl or this is tackle or whatever, and see how far he can get playing the game in Japanese when he can't read it. Does my bro make content? No. My brother is allergic to the internet. He doesn't want any part of it. Only proper meeting I've ever been to was planning for the campus comedy festival, and was just there to take notes, but I like taking notes. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. Yeah, my brother gets like he gets weird about I've done like pack battles, and he gets a little distressed about even his hands being in my video, and I'm just like, dude, you're fine. This is LeafGreen. This is LeafGreen as well. There we go. Is another trainer. Is Victory Road too tough? I don't think so. I think we're doing okay. I think we're fine. I'm not too pressed about it. You and your singular Mr. Mime. That's level 48. Okay. Have I seen BMs? I know that person. That person has come into my stream a bunch of times. I still never know how to say their name. But I haven't seen a whole lot of Kaizo Ironmon because I'm not good at that kind of thing. And I don't really understand what I'm watching, so I have a hard time with it. Oh, I don't think you should be here. I think we should switch out because you're not gonna be able to do anything super effective. I had Vaporeon. I would have liked to pick Vaporeon, but I have Blastoise already, and that makes it a little tricky. We'll go Jolteon here after all. This is Victory Road. This is indeed. Wildest meeting I ever attended was when I worked at a restaurant. They called us in at 8 a.m. on Sunday to try new alcoholic drinks on the menu. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Hello, thank you so much for the heart me napper. I appreciate it. The setup is sick. Thank you. I did it myself. I made this. I'm really proud of it. It really simplified down from the previous setup that I had. As a Wisconsinite, that's what I call church. Pro gamer moves. Okay, Juggler Gregory. Good for you. Let's see. How are we looking? How's the team looking? We're fine. We're chilling. I'm not too worried about it. Hail. Interesting. I might try to go back for Ice Beam, though. I think that's the one move that I am definitely planning on. Surprised of this being Victory Road is so insulting. You're good. Don't remember, but I know that after the first year I was having a good time with all of them. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. Blastoise moveset. Right now, Surf, Water Pulse, Protect. And what else do you... oh, Blizzard. I don't have Protect anymore. What is the other move then? No. I don't know what I'm doing. Surf, Water Pulse, Blizzard, and Bite. Alright, bye Rocco. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Okay, so there's this ladder. Can I go... Could I have gone up? I can't remember. I don't want to go up the ladder yet, in case there's more to see. Okay, how much do I really need to encounter a Primeape right now? Charizard, Zapdos, Vaporeon, Butterfree, Gyarados, and Articuno. Wow, 2 birds! 2 of the big birds. That's crazy. I'm gonna use a Max Repel here, for now at least, until I get to the next floor. Did I not just now use a max repel? Did I not? I'm sorry? What's up, Landshark Jeff? How are you doing? Did I not just use it? Did I mistake? Did I not use it? What are we doing here? Where am I? Higher level than lead? Oh, if they're a higher level, they just show up? What the hell? What the hell-y? I didn't know that was a thing. I straight up did not know that was a thing. I've never had that problem before. Wow, that sucks so bad. Boo! Effectively repelling everything at a lower level. This thing's the same level as me! Get you out of here. I guess that's not that worst thing. That's not the worst thing. I also want Kadabra to level up, so I don't want to take it out of the front. Oh, okay, so I have to push that down from there, and then I can press that button, but I have to go around. I've got to go around to do it, so I do have to go up. Oh, and then that'll probably let me go through that gate. Yeah, okay, okay. Does Energy Ball exist in this game? I don't think so, but I don't recall. Hey. Heard rumors of a child prodigy. Oh. You probably heard about my neighbor, Chat. They're too strong. Repels and running from battle were cheating, so I fought every single Zubat in the game. Oh no! Oh dear. That's not ideal. We're gonna put Fearow in for this. Fearow is becoming much more effective in the cave than I expected it to be. Still playing Assassin's Creed? No, we're playing Baldur's Gate 3. Come on. Studied the weaknesses of the Elite Four and the rival and all the Pokemon. My lineup was good. Well, there you go. There you go. Let's get a drill pack in here. Let's get a drill pack. Why do I still have Nidorina? Because people keep asking me why I still have a Nidorina, and I have become stubborn and decided that we're gonna maybe beat the game with Nidorina because it's not, I don't need to evolve it. Maybe Nidorina will be rewarded with getting to evolve after the Elite Four, because we do want to finish out the Pokedex. Okay, all right, that was a lot. That was a bit much. 1 second, real quick. Let's see, telling my brother words. Were you able to catch a Dragonite? No, I haven't. I didn't go back for it. I forgot. Poor Gore. I'll just stick with it because I didn't know what you said. Really using Fear over Pidgeot and Dodrio? I see we're getting real time showing of why I made the choices that I did with my team, because people keep being like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing it like this? And I'm just like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm still gonna win the game. I'm still gonna win the game. Oh, Fearow. Oh, Fearow, my poor little baby. We'll get you out of here. I should have swapped you initially, but I just kind of didn't. Let's go Jolteon. Yeah, even though your health is down, you should be fine. They should get the hint that you don't want to spend time with them regardless of level. I don't want to see you guys. I don't want to see you guys. Oh, what did you say? Wait, what did you say? What did Gort say about Diego's meeting? Diego's meeting in Times Square in New York being so lit. That's crazy. I just don't like Fearow. Well, nobody does. Nobody seems to, and that's why I'm using it. Okay, Sand Slash. Let's go for... Oh, your health is kind of low. Health is kind of... You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'll heal up. I'll heal up after this battle. People didn't believe in my final lineup, but I did win against the Elite Four. There you go. Okay, let's get a Giga Drain in here. Let's take some of that health back. I need a little bit. Yeah, I'll take all your health. Thank you. That's so generous of you, Sandslash. That's so nice. Especially to your Butterfree. Yep, I can see that as being something people will not have faith in. Oh, Arcanine? Oh, okay. Alright, if you're gonna do Arcanine, then we'll get you something. We'll get you something. I like Butterfree. I do think it's very sweet. It's a very sweet Pokemon. I didn't have it on my team because I don't think I could properly utilize it. I'm not the like best strategist, which like is fine, but like that was so much less effective than I expected it to be. But I'm not the best strategist for everything, and so I try to I still am sticking with some Pokemon that I know how to use a little bit better. But here we go. Here we are. I don't know if this is gonna work. We're gonna switch you out. We're gonna switch you out. This is a sad time for Blastoise to still be fainted, but that's okay. That's okay. Compound Ice on Butterfree gives it almost 100% accuracy and it can learn Psychic. Wow! Snazzy! We're having a rough time in this battle because I refuse to heal anything. Maybe let's go Jolteon real quick because I know it's faster. I don't wanna. Ooh. Let's get a Shockwave in here. All of my Pokemon are fainting. There we go. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Everybody gets potions as soon as we're done with this. Electrode. I guess I will swap. Ooh. Arcanine stopped gaming. No longer gaming. No longer. Alright, there you go. There's your last Pokemon. But Trainer George is probably so far our big stop. Oh! Forgot we're still poison. We're still pure poison type. What do we have? What do we have left? Whole team was level 54 when you beat Gary. Nice. Can I get a Giga Drain? Can I get a all your health, please? What's up, Uriah? How are you doing? Lurking while you did your walk? How nice. Sounds like a good time. That would have never happened to a queen. It's true, but we still struggling. We still struggling along. You know what? You know what? It's because Nidorina is a working class queen. That's what it is. That's what it is. And we respect the hell out of her for it. Whole team was level 54 when you beat Gary. The first time or in the finale of the game? Because level 54 is a pretty low level for the entire Elite Four. That's pretty impressive. Oh, they were talking about me! Nidorina is the people's princess. Is Princess Diana who? We have Nidorina. Healing. We're healing everything. Putting everything back to where it was. We're instead of being stingy with my items like I was previously. Let's put everybody back together. Let's put Humpty Dumpty back on the wall. Look at how everybody was doing, though. I'm so proud of everybody for surviving all that. Okay, nice. Let's see what potions all we got. We'll use super potions since we're out of battle. For sure. This is the all-time clutch-up moment at the end. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's my heroes. Jolteon will get you a bigger thing. For sure. Use a full restore on you. Actually, maybe we'll... Hang on. We're gonna use a super potion and then the lemonade, I think? We'll probably do it. And we're gonna use super potions on these two. as well. Okay. I wish I was just still in there. I wish it wouldn't just like kick me out of the item every single time. But it's fine. Yeah, we have this lemonade. We'll give that to Jolteon. Jolteon's got a lot more health going than I expected she would. 71. Perfect. And then where is our full restore pile? There. Give that to Firo. And there we go. Now we're back. We're so back. Okay. I'm thinking that we're gonna switch Kadabra out and give it the... Because we're running out of moves on Kadabra, and so I don't want it to be in the first slot. Let's get Nidorina in the first slot, and we'll take the experience share from you and give it to you. Is what I'm thinking. We're strategizing. We're planning. Yes, we would love to swap them. That'd be awesome. And then we're gonna give Nidorina the amulet coin. And then we're set. We're amazing. It's perfect. Okay, there we go. Strategy done. And we found a max revive. What an excellent item to find. Okay. What's over this way? Where am I? Got it. Noted. So we'll have to push... I don't know what button that'll do, but let's push that over there, I think. Refusing to min-max anything except for potion efficacy. Exactly. We're getting the most deal, the deal for our dollar, the bang for our buck, if you will. That was tragic. That didn't do hardly anything. Oh, and that did even less, so maybe we're fine. What's strength do? I just want to see. Nothing! Dragon breath, okay. Snazzy. Let's get a dig in here. Yeah, missed me with that. Okay, dig. Oh, critical hit. I see. Okay. I didn't realize. Have I not found a moonstone yet? Nope, I found 3 of them. But I'm refusing to evolve Nidorina because everybody keeps asking me to evolve Nidorina, and now I don't want to. Because I think she's perfectly fine just the way she is. Origin story of your name. My name's Finn. I do doodles. That's it. That's the origin. Oh. Interesting. So that boulder is supposed to come up. Where is it going? Hang on. Also, let's use another no. I saw the word max and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you, appreciate it. Appreciate your belief in the cause. Didn't realize not evolving Nidorina would be such a hot topic, but my gosh, is it really getting to— It's really getting to people! People are so upset that I won't evolve Nidorina! Not you! You're fine over there. But it's been, like, very much upsetting people, and I'm just like, whoa there, settle on down. It's not just a bull, it's a rock. Although this is a boulder, because you have to use strength on it instead of rock smash, so this one is. I know that you're just trolling. You're okay. You're chilling. Okay. Solid. Love that. Do I know the repel mechanics of this gen? We just rediscovered that it's that it only repels Pokemon below my level. And I went, oh, dang it. Which I don't think is something that I knew ahead of time at all. Because the last time I played I played this game like 15 years ago, so like remembering things is difficult. Thank you, Samuel, appreciate it. Let's get a shockwave in here. But yeah, we just rediscovered that moments ago. I got so mad. I was like, didn't I just use a repel? And they're like, oh yeah, you forgot about this. And I was like, yeah, I did forget about this. You're right. Because I was a kid. I probably didn't even know the rules. I probably didn't even use a repel once when I was playing this game as a kid. Truly? It's the only this gen, and then it changes later. Cool. Oh, so close. So close to a one-shot. Now, how did I get paralyzed about that? Is what I would like to know. Is what I would like to know how I got paralyzed out of that encounter. Me, Jolteon. Nidorina's so unbothered. It's the people who cause the drama. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're walking into Nidorina drama. Okay, so what we determined is that Nidorina doesn't want to evolve because she believes in democracy and would never take that away and move us to be a monarchy, which leads us to believe she is the people's princess. This is funny now that you're here. She is the Princess Diana of Pokemon. Not to be confused with Princess Diana of Pokemon, but like Princess Diana, like the historical figure. This is funny. Let's swap out, because you're paralyzed now, my poor baby. What do we want to do with... Let's go... Victory Bell? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, it used to be... I'm used to it being, that it just repels everything, and I was just like, ah, annoying. It is like Ash's Pikachu refusing to evolve. It's not even refusing, it's me refusing. It's me refusing. I'm finding it to be a problem. You're telling me Nidorino married her twin sister? Huh? Is that what happened? Is that what happened historically? Oh wait, no, you're talking about a soap opera. We're chilling, we're good. You freaked me out, you freaked me out. Oh my gosh. This is Princess Diana, they sound nice. Oh my gosh, the nicest. What a homie. Unless you're a mean man online and then gonna get bullied. Oh my gosh, we got the scary number. Chanty! Oh, we're gonna need some fighting type for this, I think. Cause this is gonna be a tanky little friend. Alright, double kick it. The only thing that has made me be like, ah man, I should evolve Nidorina is the fact that I can't learn Earthquake. Oh, that's so tragic. Do you see that? That like sliver trying to wake Jolteon to void the marriage, but they won't stop sleeping. Oh no. Booking your flight today? Oh heck yeah. They didn't heal. Amazing. I thought they were going to. Oh, we're gonna get so much experience. Oh my gosh. What a treat. Zipbear seems cheap at AF. Cool. I hope it's reputable. We're gonna save. We haven't saved yet today. It's been an hour of gameplay and I haven't saved. So hopefully we're chilling. Okay. Oh, so is that what the switch is for? Is that what the switch is for? Okay. So that boulder down there needs to be pushed. This is where we came from. We're gonna go back over this way. Buckets and ropes for seats. Oh no. Sparkly corset isn't it cute? Isn't it pretty? I love it. It reminds me of my favorite stuffies as a kid. Okay. I think this is gonna... I don't know what we're looking at yet for the little like weird cave area that we're going into. Okay. So gonna go... Precision. Okay, so that finished that off. I want to see what's down here really quick. Oh, it's this! Oh, I see! Okay, hi. You can get through here, you can get to the Elite Four. Nice! Okay, we're gonna go... I want to go through the entire thing. That's the one thing that I've been having a hard time. Gonna take a carry-on, and that's a fee for that airline. Got it. Level 40! Oh, that's lower than I was expecting. Thought you were gonna be level, like, 42 or something. Nidorina knows all about remembering where you came from. Exactly. Exactly. She remembers being found in the grass. Smokescreen, don't do that to me. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that about you. And we're gonna ignore it completely because we got a critical hit! Not only did we hit you, but we hit you so hard! Lapras. We will swap for that. Jolteon, can you do it? Victory Bell, can you do it? See, that's the thing. every single time I'm like, oh, it would be great to have a grass type here. It's always grass ice. And so what's... We'll try it. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. I don't think it'll be good, but we'll see what happens. I'm thinking Victory Bell will outspeed, though. We're out of Giga Drains, though, which is another thing to note. Cool. So that was kind of nice. You're gonna... Okay, Confuse Ray. That's interesting. That's interesting. Now that we've explored all of this Nidorina lore, has she earned a nickname? I don't want to, like, freak Diana herself out by naming... by naming my Nidorina Diana, though. Because I did not even consider... I forget that it's like... Yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work the way that I wanted it to. But I forget that they're named the same thing. Maybe we'll nickname everybody before we go into the Elite Four. Maybe everybody has earned their nickname by this time. Okay, we're double whammied with this with my poor Jolteon right now. Okay. Can we make it through the Yeah! We made it through. We made it through. Hi, Jockman. How are you doing? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Okay. Okay. Kadabra made it to 46. Good for him. Okay. Lickitung. We'll swap for that. Get back to Nidorina with our double kick. That is the one. That's the one thing though that I would think about evolving Nidorina about, is then I can learn Earthquake. Confused and paralyzed, and despite it all, fought on. Can tell Jolteon pulled an all-nighter. They need their nap. We need to take a rest. Stomp. And you're poisoned. Poison Point did its thing. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's get another double kick and we should be good then. Nice. Okay. Okay. Solid, solid, solid. All right. I'm gonna save really quick because I don't know why that battle made me a little nervous. Maybe we'll heal up again. We'll heal up again. Let's see what we have here. We'll probably save the full restores. I need a revive because Victory Bell is the way that it is. Oh. Okay. There we go. And then we're gonna go super potions. We only have 5 left, but that's probably fine. I think we're getting pretty close to the end here. We have to fight. Do we have to fight Blue at the end of Victory Road, or am I misremembering? I could be thinking of Wally. I might be thinking of Wally in Gen 3. I may. There we go. Nope. Nope. We've got another counter for somebody telling me to evolve Nidorina. That means we're definitely not doing it. We're definitely not. They jump at any time you give them a potion. It is cute. It's cute when they do that. Oh. Marowak? We don't have one yet. Let's try. Dang it, that's gonna mean we're gonna... Oh. That did very much nothing. Wow. Okay, okay. Okay. Oh dear. Oh, now we're on another timeline. Oh lord. Okay, what about strength? What does that do? Also not a whole lot, but it's okay because you're poisoned and I'm worried. And I don't want to use another revive. No, I've got a lot of revives. I have less potions, I think, now at this stage. bites. Okay, okay, good. I like that you flinched. Well, I got a Pokeball to throw, and that's all that it's gonna need, right? That's all it's gonna need. Okay! Very nice, very nice. There we go, now I don't have to evolve it. What's our Pokedex at right now? How many Pokemon do we have in the Dex? We have... I can't believe it. I can't... I'm sorry. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. That's very good. It's very good. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I can't believe it. Oh wow, y'all. What a treat. What a treat. Okay, is there like a button that I'm supposed to press with this? I can't remember. Or am I just like simply getting this out of the way? Huh? I don't remember where we are. I think the thing is gone. I think the wall is already gone. I think I'm just moving this rock out of the way. Run away. Are you sure? Are you sure? Thank you. Now I have 2 boulders. Now I got 2 boulders. I don't know what this boulder is for. I don't think it's for anything. I think it's just here. We'll use a bigger potion on you because we have some hyper potions, and I think you have earned one. I think you have learned one. Okay. But yeah, I think this is just so you can get back, right? If you wanted to. We put the boulder here though, so it did open this up. Okay. Am I still using a max repel? Do I still have that going? I have super repels still? Hang on, let's use some of those. Or use that one up before. Oh, we're still repelling. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Hang on, we're skedaddling. Okay, what do we have? What do we have here? Another Onyx. Did you drop the other boulders on the right? Huh? Did I drop the other boulders on the right? I don't know what you're talking about. Bigger and bolder. Oh my gosh. Have I uploaded VODs in a while? Have I done that? Am I being a bad content creator? Hang on. How have I been doing on that? When's the last VOD I updated? Oh no, it's been a long time. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to go do something with that at a certain point. So sorry, gang, who watches the VODs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I have 3. Well, after this one, I'm gonna have 3 different ones to do. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm messing it up. You're at the Pokemon League? Yeah! Well, no, I'm in Victory Road. So we're close. We're pretty close. This is nostalgic. It's a good time. Free Moonstone from helping build the Sevi Island quest. Yeah. Yeah, I got it already. Doing a Nuzlocke of this right now. Just got to the 5th gym. Cool. What's your team looking like? What's your team looking like? Well. Gonna use this. And then... yeah, we'll sit on this right here. Just sit there. 2 Pokemon to fight. Or Pokemon trainers to fight. Let's get Nidorina out of first slot. Just to be safe. We'll put Blastoise back in. Because I don't feel like fixing the paralysis right now. there's no reason not to. There's no reason not to. I'll do that. I'll at least unparalyze Nidorina, but we've used it in the front slot enough times, so we're chilling. Bulbasaur. You need a moonstone. Do I? Do I need a moonstone? Or do I have exactly as many moonstones as I need to have? Oh wow, 3 moonstones. Who could have ever considered that? There we go. Curative paralysis. Perfect. Perfect. Hello, sir. Kadabra, Gyarados, Shiny Pidgeotto. Exciting! And Dugtrio. Only the Chosen can pass here. The Chosen? Like from Smosh? Cool Trainer Colby with your Kingler. Alright. Oh, I forgot you don't have a ton of power points either. That's why we took you out of the first slot. Oh, and you flinched! Crushed. Ate that up. Okay. Eat that up. There we go. Poliwhirl? Yeah, we'll swap. Yeah, we'll swap. Let Jolteon get a free move in. So your first encounter is a shiny Pidgey. I'm so happy for you. That's so cool. That's so sick. I haven't found any shinies in this game yet. And I probably won't unless I'm actually looking for them, but we'll see. We'll see. What is it the Chosen says all the time? It's like... Oh, hang on. Do I... It's like... This... What do they say? You must be new here. This place is a freaking hellscape. That kind of thing? Is that what you're talking about? Keep pressing B. I don't want agility. Don't make me learn agility. Don't make me learn agility. Still stuck trying to get your shiny Aerodactyl? How long have you spent trying? I know you were trying to do that last stream, but yikes. Yikes. I hope it goes quickly enough that you're not like completely tearing your hair. I know you probably set up for this like expecting it to be a long time, but 2 weeks, that's crazy. I'm so sorry. Do you have to check every single time? Like you have to go like when you get your Aerodactyl, you have to like go into the bag and be like, all right, what's it look like? All hail the worm. Absolutely. Y'all get it. Y'all know what's up. Seadra, we'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. You have to check. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I was seeing people doing that when they were shiny hunting the starters to start the game, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I think I would actually pass away. I think I would actively die if I couldn't even start the game. A Blastoise, you say? A person of culture, I see. Honestly, not half bad of a Chosen impression. You just kind of have to have, like... It's like, I don't know, it's like a little, it's a tone thing, but it's a good impression because anybody who does, we all know the Chosen. We all know one of those kids. We all have an example of that in our lives, and so it doesn't have to be a set, specific voice, but it just has to be close enough. We're running out of shockwaves. We're running out of shockwaves. Boo! Okay. Rain Dance, that would have been nice earlier. Gotta have that dog in you. You gotta have that dog in you. You gotta have the the nerdy kid who was bullied in you somewhere. There we go. There we go. Even if you weren't a Chosen as a kid, we all know a Chosen, and and if you were picked on as a kid, you know that vibe. You know the feeling. Okay, I'll show you just how good you are. Not. See, the little dialogue like that, I feel like used to give Pokemon games so much personality, and now everybody's like, haha, it's fun to fight. Just like, please, they've been lobotomized. Oh, a level 42 Bellsprout's kind of insane though. Can I Blizzard it? On the first try for me? Wonderful. We made it to the Elite Four? Not quite. We're still in Victory Road. Still fighting trainers. Hi, Spartan Dave! Got 14 in the last one. Oh, the Guess Your Pokedex? Guess by Pokedex number? Oh, I'm so glad that you did so well. Congratulations. Definitely knew a Chosen in high school. And they're nice people. They're really nice. 1 out of 3 people are chosen. So look to your left, look to your right. If neither of your neighbors are chosen, then, well... How am I doing? I'm doing okay, except for Blastoise just missing that. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Did we ever learn Razor Leaf? Did we evolve our Bellsprout too early? We never learned Razor Leaf, I don't think. Now that I'm thinking back on it. Is this person gonna be like entirely grass types? Oh, you're joking. Oh, you're joking. How could you have done this? How could you have done this? Get out of here. Did I catch the legendary cats? First of all, not a cat. Absolutely not. But no, I haven't even gotten the one. Because you only get one in your game individually. And I haven't gotten there yet, because we're still fighting through the Victory Road right now. Okay. Victory Bell, yeah. So this is looking like all grass types. They're using my techniques against you. I know! But they're doing it better than me! I'm mad. Okay, it's fine. Ah, okay, it's fine. Hi, Michael! How are you doing? Fear instead of Dodrio is crazy. You're thinking you need the perfect team to beat this game? That's crazy. That's crazy, Wally. Okay. Alright, okay. Well, I mean, I can't get poisoned now, because I'm paralyzed, so that's kind of nice. That's kind of good. I don't mind that. Okay, Cadaver's level 47. We're doing the dang thing. Parasect. Should we... What are the stats? What are the stats on Drill Peck versus Aerial Ace? I don't actually know what the attack difference is. Allegedly, Drill Peck is stronger, but it has not seemed to be so when we use it. Aerial Ace has, for some reason, done far more damage, and I don't really understand that. Love Drill Peck, though. There we go. There we go. Everyone has a full restore on Victory Road. I know! They're all using them in the middle of battle. Paris is your last Pokemon? You sent out your ace before you sent out this Paris? Oh, well now I'm paralyzed, so that's a bummer. Come on! Come on, bro! Just one Drill Peck. Just one Drill Peck. There we go. There we go. That feels like bullying a little bit, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, Paris. I didn't want to bully you. I'm furious. Well, that sucks. Maybe you shouldn't have talked so big. Okay, what's all down here? What's all down here? I'm a little confused on where I'm meant to go next. I don't have the PowerPoints to deal with you right now because there could be a lot of other things. Oh, there we go. Yes, I would like to use strength. Take that. Cool. Well, I can't go in there yet, so I guess I'm gonna fall down this hole. What do I think of Elizaloo? What? That's such a random question. Oh! What's this for? What button is this for? I have a button that I need to be put on? Question mark? Or is it? Do I need this? What do I need this for? Where am I? Hang on, hang on. What? Is there a button? There's a button right there! Okay, that's what it was. That's what it is. Oh, and then I can go up that ladder. Okay, there we go. Franco, I don't know what you're asking. I'm sorry. I don't know what Pi T version is. It is hard to play this game with a goldfish memory. There we go. Okay. Can't remember where the stuff is. Okay. We're gonna save also because we're making progress. Found out Paris's lore. I was sad. I saw somebody in Pokopia made a house for Paris. they made a house for Paris and Parasect, and the upstairs is like a laboratory, and they have them completely quarantined from each other because they're trying to like experiment to figure out how to save Paris from that. And I was just like, oh my god. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. Let's get Victory Bell here, because I think this is gonna be a double battle. I can't tell. Why am I not evolving Nidorina? Because everybody keeps asking me to evolve Nidorina. Check for hidden items. I don't wanna. You dodged the Alyssa Lou question like a politician. I don't need to dodge it. She's fine. She's a figure skater. She does a good job. I don't need to dodge it, but that's such a random question. Why would you come into a Pokemon stream to ask about an Olympic figure skater? That's stupid. That's why I dodged the question, because why are you even asking? That wasn't a like, oh, I don't want to talk about Alyssa Lou. That's just like, why the hell do you care what my opinion as a Pokemon streamer is of an Olympic figure skater? Alyssa Lou is doing perfectly fine. She doesn't need my approval or denial. Alyssa Lou does not know I exist. She doesn't care what my opinion is, and neither should you. That's why I avoided the question, because like, what the hell? What the hell? Meanwhile, in my Pokopia, all the Pokemon are homeless. Oh no! My main game, I haven't done a whole lot, but in my Cloud Island, I have built much more. I'm working on building In and Out, like the restaurant, because I think that's fun. It is. All right, there we go. There we go. Pretty. That was all they had? Oh, sweet. Ray and Tyra. Oh, man. Okay, hang on. Excuse me. My throat is still a little weird from being sick before. Okay, how are we looking? Blastoise is looking good. Okay. Oh. You don't wanna... Oh. No, thank you. Well, sweet. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Berry. We found a Lumberry. Can I get your opinion on Thrag? Send him away. Send him to the well. He'll get out of the well, though. That's the problem. That's the problem with Thrag. Why have they done this? Why have they done this to me? Oh, okay. That's the most hostile architecture I've ever seen. I don't think that is ADA compliant. I don't think that it is. Okay, sweet. Look, we did it. Good job, guys. The Pokemon League will face the Elite Four in a row. Yeah, thank you. We're gonna heal. We're gonna buy a bunch of items. Thrag 18th birthday TikToks are so funny to me. Wait, I haven't seen that. Wait, I don't know what that is. Explain the trend to me. I want to laugh. I want to do a funny ha ha ha. Do you have things at the Pokemart? I would like to purchase from you. I don't need any Ultra Balls right now. Let's buy a couple full restores. That would be nice to have. How many can I buy? 87. Okay, cool. So let's buy 32, so then we'll have 35 in our bag. That's a nice number. Max potions would be nice as well. We don't need a ton of these though, because that's typically... Let's buy 8 and we'll have 10 of them. Hi Kuma, how are you doing? I'm missing out. Christian, send them to me, please. Send them to me, please. Revives, we'll get a couple of those. We're gonna need them, I think. Let's have this many. Okay. How many full heals we got? 11? That'll probably be fine. And we don't need max repels, and we're gonna go try to get Ice Beam right now. Now that we can fly here. Built a mud bath for Wooper and Clodsire, and that's about it. Oh, that's cute! I kind of want to do that now. That's a good idea. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, yeah, the team... I thought we were gonna make it to 50, but, allegedly not. Allegedly not. Okay, we'll do some training then. Celadon City? So that we can get Ice Beam? I think I'll take that instead of Blizzard. What do you guys think? Does that make sense? Is that sensical? Am I... How many coins do I need for that, by the way? How many coins? No. Here? No. Ice Beam has more moves. It also has better accuracy. Which one is Blizzard? Nope, which one is Ice Beam? Ice Beam, Pokemon, TM number. What is it? TM 13. Okay, 4,000 coins. Let's go see if we can buy 4,000 coins. Ice Beam sounds much more dangerous than a delicious frozen treat. It definitely does. You're so right about that. Okay, can I have coin? Can I have more coin? Can I have more coin, please? Hey, can I... Coin? Coin. Coin for Finn. Yes. Coins, please. Coins. Coins. Oh. Wait. Wait. We're not gambling. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're not gambling. Coins. Please. We're just gonna go buy prizes. We're just gonna go buy prizes immediately. Go Ice Beam over Blizzard every time if it's 1v1. Whoop. Yeah. It's not a 2v2. Is it this one that had the TMs? See, remember the goldfish memory thing? Yeah, okay. Yes! Yeah, that's the one I want. Okay, great. Now we have it. Let's immediately use it. And... Still bummed out that I can't teach anybody... Dragon Claw, but... Oh! See, Nidorina can learn Ice Beam! What's that all about? What other moves do you have, actually? Should we... I think, actually, no, we're good. We're good. Yeah, stop trying to teach Ice Beam to Nidorina. We'll teach it to Blastoise, just like we planned to. You can't learn Earthquake, but you can learn... Ah, it's fine. It's fine. Golden Go is shaking their boots with how efficiently Finn got 4,000 coins like it was nothing. They wish they could get as many coins as me. We'll take Blizzard out. I miss the classics too. It's a good time. There we go. You wouldn't download an Ice Beam. You would. We would. We would download an Ice Beam. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what else is in the TM case. We got Solar Beam. Really? No one can learn Earthquake? Except Blastoise. Do we want Blastoise to have Earthquake? Let's think about Earthquake. Let's think about Earthquake. Who... Would that be it could be helpful against Lorelei's ice types? Maybe? I don't know. What do we... Because we have Surf, so we don't need Water Pulse also. It's not important against the Elite Four. Psychic, we already have a Pokemon with Psychic on it. I don't think we need double... Excuse me. My goodness. Fire Blast. I don't think we have anything that'll learn Fire Blast. Release, Overheat, Snap. I think probably Solar Beam would be a good one to put on Victory Bell. Kinda hate it though. Kinda hate Solar Beam. Why not evolve Nidorina? Because everybody keeps asking me to evolve Nidorina and now I don't want to. Who had the idea to animate a disc being pressed into a Pokemon, meaning it learned the move? I don't know. Surf, Psychic, and Thunder. Well, I have Water, I have Psychic, and I have Electric. That'll be fine. Start the Elite Four, making sure my team has all the correct moves. I'm not sure. I can't think of a place that Solar Beam would be really that necessary, but having just Vine Whip on Victory Bell is such a bummer. But I do like having Sleep as well. So that's kind of where we're at with it, but it's like a... Because I have an HM. I have an HM still on Victory Bell, and I kind of want to keep it because that kind of goes along with my whole sub-optimized team thing. And so I think that this is just what we're gonna go with. Doesn't look like you have fire Pokemon, which might be painful against Gary. No, we'll be fine. For what reason? For what reason would it be painful? For Venusaur? Because we have Psychic types for that. We have Kadabra for that. Yeah, okay. I think that's probably fine. Let's go to the let's go to the islands real quick. The Sevi Islands, so that we can maybe get a couple more levels from fighting some other guys. Solar Beam is nice if it also had Sunny Day or someone else to set it up. That's fine. That's okay. Is there an Ice type Elite Four trainer? Ice, water, ice and water and all that. Can I go on the boat? What's on one island? Did we actually go run around in here at all? I don't think we did. Must be some sort of Nidoqueen fan club that's gotten wind of your Nidorina and they keep sending operatives to keep bringing it up. They must. Get some items to reset the moves. I don't want to... we haven't run around in here at all. Kindle Road. Also... Hang on, every time we surf, the water is dyed a deep blue? They dyed the entire ocean? Oh, hey. Hang on, I'm gonna save because... Hello! 6-7 in the Pokedex is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, we'll stick with it. I'm pretty sure that this is Misty. Is it not Misty? It looks like Misty. Why this is the same character model as the green-haired swimmer, so why do they have another one here? The amount of work going into optimizing the suboptimal vibes of the team is great. No, at this point, it's like a challenge. At this point, I'm just like, oh no, I have to have this... I need this team to be as crunchy as possible. Can find Moltres at the end of this road. Yeah, I know. Am I gonna play the post-game? I'm planning to. That's the idea. Go to the rest of the islands. Well, this may as well be Misty with all the Psyducks she's thrown at me. Send this thing away. Send this thing out of here. Hello! How are you doing, Carlito? Never played the post-game for Fire Red, so glad they released it for the Switch. Well, there you go. Yeah, you have a chance to do it yourself. Let's see. Really not super effective? Are you not psychic? Is Golduck not super psychic type? Have I been wrong about that my entire life? Because obviously they're using psychic moves. I know, this game is so much fun. Well, why does it have a third eye then? What's the point? Golduck is pure water. That's ridiculous. That's insane. It was never psychic. It just knows psychic type moves for fun. Both Golduck and Psyduck know psychic moves just like for entertainment purposes. Okay, all right. Do I even have Rock Smash? I don't even have Rock Smash. Ponyta? We don't have Ponyta yet! We can get another one. We can break it so it's not 6-7 anymore. It's true, but it doesn't feel right. It shouldn't be this way. Let's just throw a Pokeball, right? Like, come on, you're level 34? Just stay in there. Just stay in there. Your third eye is there for decoration. Its name begins with Psy. That's what I'm saying. And then I have a card of Golduck, like, shooting a beam out of its third eye. I just don't think I've ever checked. I just don't think I've ever checked that they're not, whether they're psychic or not. Hey! My lunch filled this up, so will you battle us for some exercise? Yeah, girl! Let's do it! Let's get involved! Picnic your Claire. And Claire would grow up to then be... And Claire would grow up to then be Claire of the gym challenge in Gen 2. Of course. Of course, as we all know. Psy must mean psychiatrist, Duck? I guess so. Needs a psychiatrist. That's for dang sure. Let's go Nidorina. Because we have a ground type move on there anyway. ba. Get him! Get him! Go get him! Oh, I hate to see it. You hate to see it. A Master Charmander, what's going on? How are you? How's it going? How's it hanging? Cypher Psych, you thought it was a different type of. Alas. Alas. Can't believe it. Meowth begets Dratini. This is known. I don't know what you're referencing. Tell me more. Say more words right now, Zitrone. Please. Please, I don't understand. Yeah, we'll get a double kick in here. We'll get a clean double kick in here. Defense curl? Defense curl? Oh. I was gonna say defense curl, you think that'll save you? And I guess it did in some way, but it was actually the paralysis. Oh. But I'm not a ground type because I haven't evolved. Escaping work, turned off your work phone so they can't reel you back in. There you go. There you go. Cosmic power, beautiful. Beautiful looking move though. Probably won't save you from double kick though. Claire has a Meowth and becomes a... Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. I got confused. I'm with you. We're here. We're all chill. Should hold a meeting to go deeper into this thought process. Oh no. Another Meowth. Okay. All right. Yet another Meowth. They are real big on talking about defense. Using Screech here too. I'm doing okay. I'm feeling a little mid today, but we are working through it. We are punching through there. Hello, King Snorlax. What's going on? There's a lot of y'all over there on TikTok chat today. Well, in the live anyway. Thank you everybody for being here. If you have time, if you want to drop some likes, I would appreciate it. That helps me more than gifts do. Oh, I wanted to go up the stairs first. Well, here we are with a Spearow. Out for a walk? Ooh, I love a little walk. A little hot girl walk out there. Lurking and working. Hey, Slash Wolf! Oh, I can't go up the stairs. I didn't consider that there was a reason why I hadn't gone up the stairs. You'll bring your CFO. Oh, perfect, perfect. It's the hoarding gold connection. There it is, there it is. You're so right. Chief Friends official. Having mad days are the best days to keep pushing forward. Here we are. This is LeafGreen. This is LeafGreen. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. What's this guy got to say? Everything tastes great when you're out in the wild. That's true. That's true. I cannot argue with that. The peanut butter and jelly sandwich my dad packed when we went camping was in fact the best sandwich I had ever had in my life. Let's get an Ice Beam. I just want to see it. Look at that. I love the animation of Ice Beam. I think Aurora Beam is maybe the most beautiful Pokemon move in this generation. However, Ice Beam's pretty cool too. What is he tasting in the wild? Food? Food? What do you mean? Mysterious tree berries always slap. Exactly. Exactly. You gotta know what those are. Just like grabbing random berries off the trees. 100% right about Aurora Beam? Yeah, I absolutely am. Aurora Beam has a nice sound. It does. It's got a nice audio. It's got a nice name. It's got a nice visual. Very clearly the most beautiful move. We'll go Fearow. Fearow needs levels. Hope he didn't need a Sandslash. I also hope he didn't need a Sandslash. Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Uncrustable in the school cafeteria. I sleep uncrustable during lunch break at the zoo field trip. I'm awake, absolutely. Although I didn't get Uncrustables because my parents were like, no, that's too much money and too much sugar. We're having normal sandwiches. And I went, ah, dang it. Although, like, looking back on it, yeah, it's a terrible deal. But they're so tasty. They're so good. Regular or chewy Chips Ahoy? I think the chewy ones, the red bag of Chips Ahoy. Those ones? I like those ones. I think those are the chewy ones. Hello! Hello! There isn't a day in which we don't train. Okay, locked in. Love that for you. Slay Queen. Crush Girl Tanya. Yeah, crush it, girl. Absolutely. grew up with Sinnoh. My first ever game was Blue, and this was my second ever game. So this is a very nostalgic pull for me right here. Aurora Beam, more like Aura Beam, screaming. You're reading my mind! You're reading my mind! Blastoise doesn't have anything going on in there. Blastoise... I was hoping it would just do a little bit more. But that's okay! That's okay! It flinched, so we're fine. My first starter, Squirtle. As far as I can remember, anyway. Hitmonchan. We'll swap. We'll swap. Get Fearow some levels again. Like I said. Kadabra, you need to unhand that experience share pretty soon, I think. Snorlax will always be my favorite Mon, though Hariyama and Beware. Ah, you love chunky Mons. That makes sense. I can see that from your favorites. Those are good picks. Good picks. Head empty just surfing. Quite literally. Quite literally just on the water. Just on the water, doing a little swim, paddling around. Doesn't know nothing. It was on the cover, so I got it. That was kind of my idea as well. That was kind of my idea. The master, I would have expected that your first starter would be Charmander, though. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, let's go. And we'll take your item. And give to Fearow the hero. You don't need an Ultra Ball. Now I know you don't need an Ultra Ball. I should have fixed the paralysis. But I didn't think about it. I sure didn't think about it. Okay, we're gonna give it to you because you're paralyzed and I feel bad. I feel bad because I'm probably not gonna send you out. First Pokemon was Snivy, first game was Gen 5. Nice! The Gen 5 people are rising up recently. A lot of people talking about how good Gen 5 is finally. And I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. Alright, bye King Snorlax. Have a good rest of your day. Gen 5 is your favorite gen? That sounds right for you. Is it because it's based off of... the place you live? Then 6, then 7. Legitimately, or are you making a funny? Gen 5 is getting more love lately. I think it's because all the kids who, like, grew up with it. And I'm talking, like, the legitimate, like, the actual children that grew up with the game. Not, like, the like... I don't know. The actual kids that grew up with that game are growing up to the point that they are finally, because, okay, think about the internet. If the younger you are, immediately the less legitimacy you have. I think you have to turn, honestly, like 21 or 22 before anything you say on the internet isn't immediately discarded with like, oh, you're a kid though. Oh, you're a kid though. And so I feel like it's finally all of the people who grew up with Gen 5 are now starting to get to that age where they are like able to say things on the internet and not immediately be discarded. Old enough now to represent. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Because, like, you think, like, you get into an argument online, you go to the person's profile, they're 18, and you go, oh, what do you know? And so I think it's the Gen 5 people are finally getting old enough now. Those are the kids of the time now have Twitter. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I don't want that. Yes, I'd like to stop learning agility. Give me one quick moment, guys. I'm gonna be right back. Alright? Need to go check on something real quickly. I'm back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Oh, I should have a camera. Hello. Alright, let's see. Let's see. We were gonna get an item down here. I think we're probably gonna start working the evidence. Oh, I see what y'all were up to. You know what? That's none of my business. I wasn't here. I wasn't here. That's none of my business. I don't need to worry about what y'all are up to. But I think we're probably gonna start wrapping up stream, actually, because we're, you know how life things show up. So we're gonna finish off this island, I think, and then we're probably gonna go check it out after. The small act of treason while I was away. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Actually stunning. Actually crazy. But we'll see. We'll see. It's okay. I don't know anything anymore. I don't know anything anymore. I redid this fight a lot of times with the Versus Seeker. This was a good spot to train, I remember. If I do recall correctly. A squirrel can end up being your best friend. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what y'all were talking. Once again, none of my business. I wasn't here. None of my business. But I am quite interested now. This and in the water up ahead are great experience farms. Yep. Yes, indeed. I remember that at least. Because this was probably something I did much more recently than playing through the game initially. Okie dokie. And then these guys. I don't think I fight them at the same time, though. I think it's like one after. Yeah, okay. I think so. Fingers redeemed, open a card pack. All right, well, we gotta do that. We gotta do that. How many of these do we have? Let's see. How many of these, the Japanese perfect order do we have? We've got 6 of them. We've got 6 of them. Okay, we're gonna do 2 of these. We're gonna do the 2 of these. All right, gang. Oh, I picked up 3. You know what? So be it. We picked up 3. These packs are small, okay? It's fun. It's fun to do a bunch of them. All right, fingers redeemed. Open a card pack. So we're opening some today. What energy do you think the first Pokemon in the pack is gonna be? I'm gonna guess fighting type because we're fighting this black belt guy. Fingers has been here long enough. Fingers gets an extra pack for the redeem. All right, dark, water grass, nuclear. Oh my goodness. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Grass. Fingers, you got it right. Actually blessed. Okay, we've got Iridos, the cute Snorlax, Seal. Okay, Landorus, and then Hippowdon. Ew. We got Landorus. It's fine. It's okay. But yeah, since these packs are so small, just take 3. They're small, you know? It's green like Hulk. Oh, perfect. Grass for LeafGreen, of course. Of course, of course. All right, we're gonna double down fighting type. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I got it! It's fighting type! It's Tyron! Oh my gosh, okay. And then Rowlet. Salandit. Bread. And Volcanion on this one. All right, okay. All right, last pack magic. What energy do we think we're gonna see? Shares my dislike of Landorus. We really do be the same person. Exactly. I think the biggest difference between us is our enjoyment of rice. All right, here we go. Let's go with something else. Let's go water. Let's go water. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Electric. Gort, you got it. Wait, Gort, you said electric and then you switched to psychic. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we got a Rattata. We got Dartrix. That's a really cute art of Dartrix. This is very Pokopia to me. Oh, and we got the full art pro pass. Last pack magic. And then Aegislash behind. Wow. Last pack magic really happened. There it is. The pass indeed. There it is. Regret to tell you your guesses were the same, which means you were doomed to be wrong, alas. It's how the cookie crumbles. It's how the cookie crumbles. Can never have the same guesses as Zitrone or it won't go. Sweet! We got that promo pass. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Thank you so much for redeeming Open a Card Pack. Fingers, I appreciate you. Alright. Let's get back over to this right here. Excited for Chaos Rising coming out? I have some of the... I have the Ninja Spinner? Ninja Spinner, the Japanese version. I don't know, like, I guess I'm kind of getting card fatigue, honestly. Like, it's nice opening packs and everything, but like, I'm starting to get a little fatigued with all the sets coming out, honestly speaking. Like, I am having a good time, but like every new set, I'm not like, oh, I'm so excited for this new set, blah, 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 because there's usually just like a couple times. I believe I've been correct one time in 2026. I do think that is correct. I think that I do believe that you're right about that. There has been a lot this year. And then there's the 30-year anniversary set coming out sometime. TCG Pocket keeps getting new sets, exactly. There's just a lot going on. Lose that frivolous outfit. Hey! Hey, that's weird. That's a weird thing to say to me, a child. I don't like that about you. I don't like that you did that. Okay. We're sending this guy away. We're getting this guy out of here. Okie dokie. Machoke. No problem. Want to see the Rayquaza set? Oh, are they coming out with one? Do you know what that means? I don't know. They did the counter. Oh, man. You'll get there. You'll get there. Someday. Someday, Zitrone. 1776? What cave is this? Ember Spa? Does it heal me? Do you want to fight? No, you don't want to fight because you're at the spa. Are there Pokemon in here? See how smooth my skin is? The hot springs water keeps my skin younger than my age. Cool. I love that for you. Hot springs go hand in hand with volcanoes. I hewed the pool right after... Okay, cool. Thank you. I got Rock Smash. Hello. A bowl of chowder to warm me on the inside. Oh, that sounds good. I am in there. Oh! Oh, I forgot about this mechanic. Oh, how nice. Oh, how lovely. All right, bye, Zitrone. That should be after the dark reset. Oh, cool. I like that. Okay, let's see. What do we look? Look at that. Look how nice everyone feels now. So nice. Okay, you probably have fighting type also. I'm gonna assume. Could I help you with your training? Yeah, except you're not gonna do that well because you're not gonna be able to knock any of my Pokemon out. So it's not really gonna be that helpful after all. Okay, Aerial Ace. Okie dokie. And a Primeape. And we're gonna be fine. And we're gonna be dandy. Okay. Okay. There we go. 1776! Why does it keep coming up like that? Why does that keep happening? Oh, wait. Anything in this rock? Or this rock? Nothing in that rock for sure. That's too big of a rock. Too big of a stone here. Oh! I'm gonna stand right here. We'll swim right here. He'll run into me eventually. Mount Amber towers into the sky. Absolutely. Absolutely. Should we try to catch Moltres? I don't... Oh! Swimmer Finn! That's me. That's me right there. It's me in another universe. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Okay. The mirror match. They've got much different ones, though. They've got much different ones. Greatest challenge themselves. Well, it wasn't much of a challenge. I guess I'm better than myself. You know? Weather's gorgeous, perfect for a battle. Cool, perfect for you to lose. Another drill pick. Well, thank you, Kuma. I appreciate it. I didn't know Seadra could have poison point. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, we're gonna have to go home. Not home, but we're gonna have to go back to the hot spring about this. Because, we are slightly unwell now. It's a poison type. And then Golduck can't be a psychic type? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize it could have that, and then we can't. You can have poison point, and Golduck can't get a psychic typing. Boo. Okay. Goodbye, Maria. Goodbye, Maria. You've ruined my day. This Pokemon is also ruining my day. You're growing as a person if you can't beat yourself on a one-on-one battle. This is a level 5 Tentacool? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? That's so little. Okay. I think we can survive. I don't want my Fury to hate me. Cool. There we go. We're good again. We're chilling. Back out there. Used Golduck to Primal Groudon back in the day. Nice. Good for you. Alright, back up there. Back up there. Okay, not there. My bad. There's rocks in the way there. Hello! I think I've hooked a big one. What'd you get? What'd you get? A big Magikarp? A shiny Magikarp? Baby Tentacle is way out of their depth. They must be on a homeward bound journey, sort of Yeah, you know what I meant. You know what I meant. We're not gonna go back through that. I wish I could read. That would make this so much easier. Is about to use Goldeen. Okay. Alright. No, we're actually okay. We're okay. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. I know you guys were worried. I was worried too. We're okay, though. We're chilling. We're absolutely chilling. Well, that was supposed to one-shot. That was supposed to one-shot you. Did you know that, Sea King? Did you realize that was supposed to one-shot you? Okay, there we go. Mm-hmm. I think I can swap now to Victory Bell? Oh, you're 47. Oh yeah, you're 47 also. Victory Bell doesn't get to be used that often in here, I think. Incredibly worried. I hope we continue to be chilling. Okay, don't worry, Gort. Don't worry, Gort. We're gonna keep chilling. We're gonna keep chilling. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. I know you're so worried. I know you're hanging on to the edge of your seat, but I promise it'll be okay. A critical hit on a Fury attack. Sorry. What do you mean by that? Yeah, get out of here with your little critical hit looking grouchy. I can't believe that happened. That was so silly. I can't believe it happened. Sea King, you better not do that same thing. You better not doing that same thing. Sea Green is increasing my worries. I just want to know how you did that. I just want to know how you got the odds for that, because that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous, and that shouldn't have happened. Yeah, critical hit. I deserve one too. I deserve one too. swap. Oops. Oops, I have to take it from Furo first. Before I can give it to Victory Bell. Okay. There it is. Okay. And... Yup. And is this it? Is this the volcano? Oh, okay. Well... I guess we'll save here. We've made it to the volcano. That was pretty good. That was pretty nice. But thank you guys all so much for joining. Great stream today. Appreciate y'all being here. But TikTok, we're gonna say bye to you guys first. I will see you guys again on Tuesday. On Tuesday next week, provided all is well. But and then we'll continue our journey. I might off stream try to grind some levels a little bit. I think that might be a little handy instead of all doing it together. But I promise I won't do anything like big plot wise without y'all. But thank you guys so much for being here. Bye TikTok. I'll see y'all later. Okie dokie. Alright, and then for the rest of you, let's go find somebody to raid. That'll be a good time. That'll be a good time. Sorry, I started feeling a little bit worse, and so I was just like, oh, I don't know if I want to continue being on a live stream right now when I'm not feeling super well. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Also, crazy thing, never happened before. I had like the same amount of viewers in TikTok as I did here, and we had a decent amount here, so it was like I had like 20 in both chats, which is crazy. I've never had that before. I wonder what was different about today. But yeah, let's go find somebody to raid into. Let's see if there's anybody playing a similar game. Nobody that I follow is playing this game right now. Let's go find somebody new then. Nidorina is more popular than any of us could have realized. I think Nidorina is truly doing something for us, for sure. Let's see. I want to find somebody who's just kind of like playing the game normally. You know? This person seems like they're chilling. I don't know. I don't want to see... I don't want anybody who's gonna be like super intense, you know? I'm seeing a lot of like hardcore Nuzlocke everything, and I'm like, ooh, scary, so scary. Does anybody know? Does anybody know anybody who we should like go check out? Oh, this person's title is Touching Grass. That's kind of funny. Let's go see them. I don't know who they are. I hope they're cool. If not, well, we'll find out. We're feeling mid, but hitting big numbers. We call that mid-maxing. I guess so. I guess it is. I guess that is what we call it. Thank y'all for making me feel a little better about it. I'm gonna save again because I'm like paranoid. But I really appreciate you guys all being here with me. This has been a great stream. I had a great time. I don't understand why sometimes stream is like this and why sometimes stream like on Tuesday it was fun, like you guys were all hanging out, but like it was like pretty quiet in there, which was really interesting. I don't understand the difference. I'm not that good of a streamer. I don't know anything. Not that good. Sorry, that wasn't supposed to be self-deprecating. Not that good in the sense that I don't know very many things, but you know, I appreciate you guys all being here. Y'all are my faves, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye guys.